Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to discuss about a very interesting topic, again a very interesting topic, which is basically related to the customer's perception about a particular product or brand, but this time based on the country of origin, right? So very interesting how a customer or an individual perceives a particular brand or product based on the country of origin. Now this is very interesting in the sense that we as consumers usually feel inclined towards a particular product or brand if we know that it is made in a certain country, or that particular brand is from a certain country vis-a-vis a brand which is not from a country that you may not like, right? So that really affects our purchase decision. For example, it was found in a research that people in developed nations really admired their own homegrown brands versus people in developing nations. So in developing nations, people aspired the brands that are from the developed nations, and they aspired to get them rather than the brands that were localized, right? So for developing nations, especially the made in, whether it's made in China, whether it's made in Taiwan, made in America, that made in tag is really important, right? The type of product also affects this perception, right? So for example, if you talk about car manufacturing brands, we have a very strong appreciation for brands like Volkswagen, and we say that they have the German technology, German build, German this, German that, German engine. So even though they are made in India, in factories in India, but the brand association gives us a sense of quality. They do have that quality, but they stand by their product. But we say German cars, right? Similarly, Japanese brands like Toyota and Honda have a separate fan base in India, and you talk to any Toyota owner or Honda owner, they will say, no match for the quality, no match for the build quality, no match for the engine quality, everything perfect, right? So they have a separate fan base. Tata and Mahindra, those are homegrown brands. They have found a very good following because they have uplifted their market in terms of safety, in terms of quality, and at the same time, Maruti Suzuki is still associated as a fuel efficient company where that provides products that are fuel efficient, but yet again very low on build quality. So we all have perceptions, right, based on different products, brands, based on the origin, and sometimes based on the brand itself. Sometimes people don't even know that that particular brand is from a particular country or not, but companies have done such important work in penetration that they feel that, oh, this is this brand, this might be from this country, this might be from that country. For example, for many years, even today, people don't know that Nokia is a Finnish brand, right? It was a brand from Finland. It is a brand with parent company in Finland. People thought that Nokia is a Japanese brand. Bata in India, till now, it's been more than 100 years that Bata is in India. Bata is not an Indian brand. Bata footwear. Bata is a brand that started in Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic, a country in Europe, right? So people sometimes don't even know the origin. It's just how the brand has penetrated in the market, and how it has associated with the local people, that sometimes the perception changes, right? And sometimes they perceive it from a much developed country just because they think Coca-Cola has found its success in all developing markets, beating the local brands just because it is associated with the quality, with the American culture, with the acceptance of that taste, that ethnicity, that acceptance level it has, right? So this is how brands work. Haier is another brand. Haier is a Chinese brand that basically is on the top of the line in terms of refrigerators, air conditioners, all those appliances, right? So it found way good success in its home country and Asian countries, but it directly went to America, and in America also people perceived it as an American brand because they had such a huge investment there that they wanted people to associate it as their own. Because as I said in the beginning, developed countries associate brands that are homegrown, right? So in developed countries, brands try to get the perception that they are from that country itself, even though they are not. So there are a lot of brands that we think, oh, this might be from this country, oh, that's why I like it. That this might be from this country, that's why I don't like it. So for example, in India, even in China, people perceive Chinese products as cheap. So if something is made in China, we say, oh, this is cheap. This must have, been built in pennies and they're selling it for so much. That's the perception. And if something is, made in Japan, made in some other affluent country, they associate it with, technology, associate it with such high prestige, that okay, they have value. For example, France and Italy, they have a very high value in clothing, in perfumes, wine, right? Or we associated all that with France and Italy. America, we associate with modernization. Japan, we associate with it with technology. So that's how it is. Now, to counter all this, what developing nations usually do, not even developing, but developed nations also do, they try to push the government and the local brands. They try to push themselves into the market by creating a sense of patriotism in the people. Although the patriotism would work, but the brands also need to be innovative enough to compete with the foreign brands, right? Sense of patriotism will help, but to an extent only. If you are not innovative enough or adaptive enough to the changing environment, your brand would not work. In India, Make in India is a campaign that Prime Minister Modi's government, the BJP government is, trying to push really hard, so that people are more towards brands which are made in India, right? The Indian origin brands, or foreign brands who should manufacture in India and generate local jobs, local opportunities, and basically bring the prices down. But yet again, it's not just about the feeling, it's about the core structure of the product itself, right? The core usage of the product. If that is not fulfilled, the basic need out of that product or service is not fulfilled, people will gradually shift, because there's a lot of competition in the market, right? So it's really important to understand how the customer perceives the product based on the country of origin, because in our hearts we already know that we are biased towards certain products made from certain brands who are originated from certain country versus who are not. So think about the products that you usually are inclined towards, just because you think this is that country's brand and that's why it should be good, right? It is good. And versus, oh, this brand is not from that country, it's from XYZ country, that's why I think that this is cheap, this is not of my standards, right? So I hope this discussion was really good. I am not leaving any notes because it was a very general discussion, but it's something that you basically need to think about down the line, right? So hope you like this video. Please like, share and comment, and do let me know how you like this video. Bye.